Why, hello there, and welcome back. I'm Doseku, and this is Castlevania, Lords of Shadow the First, and today we're gonna wander into the music box to see if we can't get a blue rose for Baba Yaga. Let's go and see what it's about.
The old hag has cast a spell on Gabriel, making him very small. Small enough to enter the music box and retrieve the blue rose she so obviously desires. This old witch has me nervous. Something she said has filled me with disquiet. She mentioned the King of the Angels. I am sure I heard her correctly. What does this mean? Why do I have this feeling of dread? I hope Gabriel will succeed, and quickly, so that we may be on our way. When he has gone, I will kill this evil crow, so that she may not be a danger to anyone else, ever again.
Find blue rose for Papa.
Well, here we are within the music box. This level isn't really that difficult. It's actually just a set of puzzles that you must get through to retrieve the other pieces of the music box so you can actually proceed further in. A lot of them are short like that.
Many nights have Papa before you. Yes, many.
There are a couple items to pick up here. One of them I haven't found, but that's because it's near the end of the stage, and if you don't have the music box scrolls set up in just the right way, you could miss it and be forced to end the level. But thankfully on this playthrough I do know where it is, and I can get us to it pretty easily now. Oh yeah, one thing you shouldn't forget is that you have the capability to do a double jump here. The challenge for this level is don't fall into any of the traps, which means don't fall into pits, don't get killed by the spikes, flames, or electricity. Now, I do not remember where the initial night is for this.
They tasted so good. Very good nights.
And there's Baba Yaga saying she ate nights. Eh. I am kind of curious as to where Zobek is hiding, because I know he's being a creeper and following us around, but I've never really seen the guy. He's gotta be close enough to hear our conversation, right? Like, is he outside the window just hanging off the edge of the roof staring in and wondering what we're doing? Alright, there we go. Now, one thing to note in the long run, each of these cylinder colors actually correspond to specific traps. So when it comes to the big rush to the end, knowing which colors go where will help you determine which way you can go. But there's really only one way to essentially go up until the very end anyway. Alright, so this part here confused me a lot. You just have to roll under it. I used to think you could just dash under it, but no, you can't.
Papa knew you would come.
Yeah, Baba, I know I would come too. Eh. Now, if you start doing poorly, she does say different things. I'll see if I can show that off here. But we're down to our last cylinder that we need to get, and that's actually down towards the center. So let's do this. And yes, I've done that a lot. Our controls are kind of slippery here, and it's hard to actually stay on platforms sometimes, so you end up wandering off them when you don't want to. But hey, I got the hang of this now, so this shouldn't be as difficult. Oh, kind of messed this up. I have to wait now. I think purple went further in, and I might as well just recharge my energy while I'm here. Come on. There we are. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use the red magic dash to get through this.
You're alive? Yes, you are. Good.
Like that. Could have timed it better though.
You are not as good as he said you would be. He said you would be worse.
Alright, let's try this again. Now, I could have gone back and changed the cylinder out so this comes first, but since this is just a small section, I'm not really worried about it at the moment. We'll make the changes to the cylinder when we need to. Alright, we got enough red magic, let's do this. Okay. Right. Okay.
You're alive? Yes, you are. Good.
There we go. One more. Yeah, and we're out. Perfect.
You have all the music. Now, get blue rose for Papa.
Yeah. So the blue cylinder is going to take out the electricity that's blocking out our central path to go forward. The purple cylinder deals with the little buzzsaws that you've been seeing. The green mostly deals with spikes, and I guess the yellow is flames? No, green is flames, my bad. Alright, good. Now this can be kind of confusing. This is where the controls will hurt you the most. Because you can take a step, then the game will make you take an additional step without you wanting to, and then you'll walk right into electricity and die. I've had that happen a few different times. That electricity portion was like the most frustrating part of this level. Now if we go right, we could end the stage, but we can't turn around anymore. So I want to go this way so we can get the bonus night.
You are not as good as he said you would be.
Oh, we're
He
better.
said you would be worse.
Except I died right there. Jeez. And if you're listening carefully, you may notice that the song that's actually playing in the music box is a rendition from an older Castlevania song that was in their earlier games. I think it's actually still present in some of the newer ones since it's one of the main themes. Hey, it's the knight from earlier. Actually, it's not. He's the knight I missed, so I had to grab him before I got out of here. And still no max HP though. It looks like we just gotta get one more set of crystals and then we're fully maxed out on HP. Nice. So to get out of this stage, we gotta go through this gauntlet one last time, but instead of taking the path to the left, we're gonna take the path to the right at the very end. You don't have to say hi to me there, Baba Yaga. We got this. Alright, so all that's left is right there. You can kind of see the dome off in the distance. That's where the blue rose happens to be. Alright, here we go. Let's go! Whoosh, whoosh, one more, whoosh, yeah. There is no way to kill yourself after this, by the way.
Blue rose is the...
So if you missed the knight earlier that was off to the left, you can't go back and get it, and you have to redo this whole stage. And since this game is having issues for some reason, it froze right there for a moment.
The rose. Give to Baba. Give to Baba.
Here.
Careful. Oh, pretty. Oh, pretty.
No, keep your promise.
Of course, of course. Baba, good woman. Baba, not lie.
And that's everything for the music box completed, with the exception of the difficulty stages, but I am not going to do that, although it seems like it'd be the easiest one to deal with since there's no enemies to fight. Oh well, it doesn't matter to me. We got both gems and we're ready to move on to our next stage. I wonder where that could be. Ah yes, the Titan Graveyard. So I've already collected all the gems here too on my previous test run of this, with the exception of the green magic gem.
Baba Yaga sent our hero to the Titan's graveyard, and I have sent her soul to the underworld. She will trouble us no more. Now my friend enters the land of the dead, and his final battle is coming. I must find my own path and try to meet with him at some point. For now he is on his own. The land requires sacrifice. Sacrifice I hope that he can make, because without it he will not get very far. I must have faith in him now. The seed was sown long ago, and it flowers beautifully. He has come this far down the path. I must believe that he will go all the way.
Now this is a cool little set piece, isn't it? Unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do here. I like the design. I thought that thing at the end there that with the crystal in it would look like a door, but it's not a door. In fact, I'll show you what I mean when we get to it. Since we've already completed this level before, we can come back in and do the trial, which essentially is take 100 points of damage from the poison, then complete the stage. I'm not about to try that. See, doesn't this thing look like a door? It at least looks like something you can grab a dark crystal from, but you can't. Whatever. The whole reason we're down here is so we can climb out and enter the stage proper and get a good, was it panoramic sweep for cinematic purposes? There's not even a collectible down here, it's just here. Oh man, I can see the brown starting to show up. That must mean we're almost out of here and we're about to enter this game's desert level, more or less. I do like the skull waterfall over there though. That looks pretty cool. Do you see that weird orange box? That thing's going to be a pain in your butt later on. Or it will be a pain in our butt in a few moments here once we get to it. Now, although this is the desert level, it does look somewhat cool. I do like the scorch marks there and the fact that we're climbing out of a destroyed Titan, which kind of implies that there was a big old battle here between the Necromancer and possibly the vampire? Or was it the werewolf clan? No, I don't know. There was supposed to be some war with the magic users between them and the freaking Lords of Shadow, if any of the earlier scrolls or anything to go by. And I guess they somehow made it all the way over here. Too bad for them though. No one survived. Alright, so you see the little beach area on the lower left? You can go down there and get, I believe, 1 or 2 collectibles, but you're also going to have to fight a whole bunch of skeletons to do it. In fact, down there is the only time skeletons show up in this level. Our main enemy for this area is that thing. And that thing. These coffin guys are a pain in the butt to fight, and you have to fight more than one of these later on. Now, one thing is pretty cool here is the fact that the ground creepers, they're actually very, very weak to holy water. All you gotta do is throw a bit of holy water out and you'll one-hit kill them. Which makes things much easier later on because then you can make it so that not all the coffins get killed by the little creeper creatures and make certain fights easier than they would have been otherwise. I mean, one of these guys isn't too bad by himself. It's when they start hanging up with 2 to 3 that things become a whole lot tougher and a much larger problem. And slam! Alright, so before we hit the mechanism, let's see what's around here. I think there should be something to the left on that arm, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh! It's the night I missed. Nice. Well, that's all the magic gems for this area. So I guess we should go forward. And to do that, we just gotta throw on the little fragment into this shield looking thing and see what it does. Now, it's actually pretty cool that the game kept to the rules of the runes powering these titans, because if you remember the 2 boss fights we had with the, was it last remaining living titans, we actually did have to go to the runes and crack them to shut them down. And so for here, we just had to put them back together to reactivate some of them, even if for a short while. Alright, so coming into here is where our next fragment's going to be. And what I want to do is I want to avoid allowing all these guys to get into the coffins, so that we only have one to deal with instead of two. But I ran out of holy water, so I couldn't immediately kill everybody. And smash! Come on. Yeah, you should have seen my earlier playthrough of this area. These guys whooped my butt. Now, you could try furries, but you end up with a thing like that, where the furries won't do squat, get scared, and then just die. We could use the daggers, but they don't really do much here. The best defense against the freaking coffin creepers is just to whip them. Nothing else seems to work. Unless you had access to the Dark Crystal, which I don't at the moment because it's been forever since I've actually collected fragments for it. And there's nothing here. Not a problem. So there is a hint that will let you know you could use the holy water against those guys, and that's right here. Oop. There's also a knight over here that will give you the scroll if you talk to him. But since that bag gave you holy water, that's what gave me the idea of using it against the little ground creepers. Because why else would the game give you an item in a bag if you weren't expected to use it? And right back here, you can barely see him, but to the right of me or in front of me is the knight, and he'll give you another magic gem if you talk to him. Or if you search his corpse, more or less. So here's the thing. No matter which of these runes you put the shard into, it's always going to activate the one on the right first, or this one. You can't actually end the level early by putting the shard in one or the other. I was kind of hoping I could, because this next fight is a pain in my butt. But it's also the one fight that you can technically cheese in a way, because if you do the holy water just right, you can technically prevent all three coffins from becoming active and only have to deal with two. I never really found a way to lower that to get it down to at least one coffin, but two is better than three. Oh, come on, let's get out of here. Whew. There's another knight right there that will give you another magic gem. Oh, darn it, missed it. Ah, screwed now. Come on. Yeah. Oh, and there's the last creeper too. Curses. Had I not wasted the holy water, I could have made this thing a 2-fer instead of a 3-fer. Oh well, let's do this. There's one. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Alright, alright. Quick out! One more. A little bit, come on, come on. Just go down. Yes! And that's it. We do not need to fight any more enemies. We just put this little rune back in its rune piece and we're out of here. Now we could stick around and fight the enemies that spawn in, but really why would you when we could just climb the hell out of here? There's not even an enemy there that will do anything to you or can do anything to you while you're climbing out. And here we go. Ready? Jump! Yeah, we've collected everything. Nice. The creeping coffin, that's what those things are called. And creeping corpses. Skeleton warriors. We could have fought them, but we didn't. And that's it. So, thanks for watching, and join me next time when we hit the Fire Pinnacle. Ooh. Sounds hot. I'll see you there.